And pivoting, Antonio Brown and two other NFL players have been suspended for 3 games for violating the COVID-19 protocols. Brown and teammate Mike Edwards were both suspended, along with free agent John Franklin. All 3 players have accepted the discipline and waived their right of appeal. All right, joining me now to discuss the league's decision is Dr. Colbert. He's the assistant program director of the emergency medicine residency at the University of Illinois. Thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you. All right, Dr. Colbert, the league said the players misrepresented their vaccine status. What exactly does that mean for players suspended? Were they or were they not vaccinated?
So it does not appear as if they were vaccinated, and defining this as misrepresented vaccine status is kind of like giving a huge room for a lot of things you can fit into this definition. So whether you are Aaron Rodgers and or you are Antonio Brown, within that category of those guidelines set by the National Football League Players Association and the NFL, they were identified to not fall within those guidelines.
All right, so Dr. Colbert, right now the NFL does not require players to be vaccinated, but it does have different steps for vaccinated and unvaccinated players. Walk us through what that protocol is. What's the difference? It sounds confusing, to say the least, right?
So there's a lot of detail and a lot of room to redefine things as they are needed to be defined. The big thing with football, as opposed to like a basketball, is that football is by definition considered outdoors. So they're using guidelines set by the CDC with the understanding that these events take place outside. So that's why there are looser restrictions with football than it is with basketball. And with those restrictions, again, abided by the National Football League Players Association and the NFL, what they do is try to ensure the health and safety of all the players, the umpires, and also the fans, while accommodating individuals' decisions in reference to vaccines.
All right, Dr. Colbert, I want to welcome to the conversation former NFL player George Wrighster. Thanks for joining us, George. It's a pleasure to see you. So, all right, sir, as a former player, what was your reaction to the news that the players were not being honest about their vaccination status? Were you surprised or no?
No, I wasn't surprised because I knew that this had happened to some players. I knew that some players had misrepresented it. Actually, it's not even a misrepresentation. It's a full flat out lie. It's a deception. And I don't understand the risking of it, because you didn't have to be vaccinated to play football. There are a number of players who are not, but the fact that you tried to skirt the rules, you may have been putting yourself in a federal crime position, which they are going to prosecute if there is any violation there. You're risking your money. And if you're Antonio Brown, a guy who has had a checkered recent history, this was just a terrible, terrible decision for your long-term money-making endeavors in the NFL.
Yeah. So, George, why lie, right? NFL said you can be vaccinated or unvaccinated, as you just said, and still play. Why lie? Do you think it had anything to do with the backlash that folks who are unvaccinated receive?
I think that's part of it, but also the biggest part is the players who lied about it just didn't want to go through the protocols. That's bigger than the backlash, because you can deal with the backlash. Kirk Cousins dealt with it. So did Lamar Jackson and a number of Cole Beasley. But if you just kind of put your head down, and especially if you're not a quarterback, nobody's really going to it'll blow over really, really quickly. But if you are a player and now you've put yourself in a situation, because I actually talked to a couple of players and they were like, yo, I think I'm going to get me a fake vaccine card. I was like, do not do that. That is a bad decision. Either get it or don't get it. But because what's done in the dark will come to the light. And when it comes to the light, you are going to be putting yourself in a world of trouble. It makes no sense to put because now these guys have put themselves in jeopardy with the team and the rest of the league, because the teams, if you're good enough, they would deal with you not getting the vaccine. But if you then put them in a position where they can get fined by the league, lose draft picks, and put the team at risk, there is no way in hell that they're going to remain either on the teams long term or even in the league. This was a bad decision.
All right, Dr. Colbert. All right, to get everybody on the same page, right? Unvaccinated, vaccinated players, so there's no confusion like this. Would you like to see uniformed rules with the NFL, Dr. Colbert?
I would like to see uniform rules for the simple fact of what was communicated earlier, is that there's a shared responsibility. Right now, across the United States, there's a winter wave. What happens in football, what happens in basketball, what happens in baseball, it's a microcosm what's happening in the United States. These numbers are going to go up, and then this conversation of what to do with these players, what to do with these patients, what to do with these individuals will increase. If you have a universal law or some universal insight so that everyone will remain safe and you decrease the probability of someone else being sick who maintains the same space with you, we will all be in a better place and can put all of this behind us.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by BNC Live. We appreciate your insight.